All right, let's get into this video. Y'all already know what we're gonna get into for this title. What? That didn't even make sense. But y'all already know what I'm talking about, man. You can tell by the title what we're gonna be getting into today, okay? We got the lovely Miss B Love and my nigga Nate. Okay, so let's get into the video, man. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that. Make sure you tell a friend, tell the Angel Mama, tell Uncle Joey still out. Let's get right into the video, man. Let's get it. It is early in the morning and B Love dropped this video, so let's go.
Why we're doing this video? Because I know a lot of people. When I say y'all, it's a lot of people have been reaching out, wanting to know the state of Dalvin.
Yeah. Because
he put out that video, give me a moment or give me time. I've been reaching out, say, B, go check on Dalvin. We want to know he's okay. Because and I listened to it. Now, you guys, I'm going to say this, that...
Dang, maybe I should react to that one first. Let me do that. Let me go in order, y'all. I'll be back. I am back from the Zaddychunkchunk video, okay? Like I said, I want to watch that real quick so I can reference what they're talking about in this video. So let's get it.
I did reach out to Dalvin because, Dalvin is a very private person.
But Dalvin, of course, B Love is going to reach out to her own son. You guys don't need to say that. But anyway.
Very private. And y'all would think that, sometimes kids are like that to their parents. They don't want to tell them everything. They're not.
I'm that kid.
Going to be, upfront right away. So I want to let y'all know he is okay. He's fine. He told me he was good. So he said he's going to call me a little bit. And I said, okay, it's been some time passed, and I said, you still ain't called me. When you gonna give me a call? And so
he don't want to talk about it.
He said, I'm good, Mom. I just don't want to talk right now. And I said, okay, I understand that. I respect that. I just want you to know, you tell you guys he is good. I thank you guys so much for the prayers, and keep continuing to pray for him, because I feel that we as parents, we pray for our children, and we told y'all that we always praying for them constantly. And I know that sometimes certain situations have to happen that to make them realize, just to
let me just break this down
to reflect on them as a person, to do some reflections, to do some evaluations on themselves, and know what just to make them a better person. So
they can't wait to say something.
Apologize in that video of anything that he have done to anybody and all this stuff, and feeling sorry, saying sorry to everyone or whatever, and saying that he needs to work on himself. And he does need to work on himself, and it's good that he's at that point that he acknowledges that, to become the person that he should be, a better person. Because my husband and I know how we raised them. Both Dalvin and Darius, we know how we raised them. However,
you gotta give him some credit for acknowledging as well, guys. You gotta give him some credit for acknowledging that he has work on himself to do, or work to do on himself. Yeah, because a lot of people will just go, throughout their everyday life and not work on themselves, and feel like they don't even have an issue, in general. And people might be trying to reach out and say, hey, this ain't right or that ain't right. And they will not hear anybody. They will not listen to anybody. They cannot get over their fucking selves. Okay. So for him to actually be able to say, look, I made mistakes. I want to be a better person. I feel like overall I'm a good person, but I need to do better. Shout out to him for that. At least acknowledging that, and taking the steps to go ahead and, make something shake. Because we all go through periods in our lives, I feel like, or we should, to where we have to evaluate certain things, and we have to look at ourselves in the mirror, face ourselves in the mirror and say, do I really like what I see? And if you don't, you got to make those adjustments, just is what it is.
When they go out into the world, we don't know everything, okay? Right. We don't know everything. Right. And I know from my understanding, there were some text messages from Elli, which
I could not wait to see what B Love was gonna say about them text messages that were released. Like, whoa.
we saw those, and I could understand her hurt as well, because she lived it. Right. She lived it with Dalvin, and Dalvin lived it with her, and no one is
only
going
they know.
We can't spectate. Oh, we think we know what happened. We don't. You don't know everything.
So that goes to show, guys, if B Love and her husband don't know the ins and outs of the story and the full details, guys, why does everybody else feel like they need to attack one person or the other? Like they know the full story. Nobody knows the full story, not even his parents, y'all. The only people who know the ins and outs of that story and what really happened in that breakup and what led up to it, guys, are those two people. Those two people. You could know your son, you could know your mother, you can know your father, but nobody knows you like your significant other who lives with you, who sees you day, sun up, sun down, before you go to sleep, when you wake up. That significant other is going to know your negatives, your positives, everything about you. Okay? Nobody's going to know you better than your significant other. Point blank, period. So, we got to give both of them, I feel like we need to give both of them their due grace at this time, and not attack either party, because we really don't know. And I'm sure there's way more to the story than what is unfolding here and we're all seeing. Okay, everybody wants to blame Dalvin and get mad at Dalvin and this and that, but at the end of the day, we don't know what all Elli has done. Not saying that she hasn't been a saint, not saying that she hasn't been an angel, but I feel like in every situation, in every relationship, I feel like somebody has something, at least something, to contribute to the downfall of it. But anyway, guys.
Okay, and she lived that in that moment, and she has every right to be upset or whatever that she is. And at the moment, sometimes people have a breaking point where I can't take this, and her listening to his video probably sent her off in a way.
Based on the text message or
them text messages, them posting stuff. And let me tell you, she's probably sometimes. You can react like that in anger because you're so angry and so mad. She probably didn't even have a chance to really sit back and think. It's like she just blocked,
Be like that sometimes.
On IG and put it out there.
And she deleted it.
But all in all, I tell you, like I said, and like they said, you have to respect both of them as far as their relationship, because it was
their
a relationship, and they have to.
It ain't ours.
By it being public like that, it's even harder to get over it. It's a lot to deal with when you have everybody talking about it, having something to say, especially she's hurt, he's hurt. It's just a lot of things going on. But I just pray that this thing that is happening will get him to where he needs to be in God.
Right, for sure.
Get him what he needs to be in his life. Catapult. Well, I'm trying to say that right. Catapult him into an area in his life where he's.
I'm just now noticing B-Love has a crab on her chain, bro. That is crazy.
Doing better for himself. Being that man, outstanding man, the upright man for a woman. You know what I'm saying? A man of God or whatever. But, sometimes we have to go through some things.
We do.
It's not the end.
Yeah, for sure. And I think we...
If you're still alive, it is not the end.
May have mentioned this before, but we, just as she said, we do a lot of praying. And, when you're praying for your kids, your grown kids... you expect that, God is going to intervene, touch them, move them along in the process, bring them to himself. Because no man can come to God unless he's drawn. And so that's what our prayer is, that God would just continue to draw our children to himself, just like any other Christian family would be praying for their kids in the same manner. And sometimes that looks worse before it looks good. I mean, sometimes they go through a lot of things before they get to a place where it is now, okay, you're broken, you have felt that conviction, and you are ready to change, repent, whatever. So we just, as parents, just are patient. You just have to be really patient in the prayer process and never lose your faith in it. And you might see with your natural eye a whole bunch of things that are like, wow.
Like, this ain't gonna work. This gonna work.
You know what I'm saying? So,
but see, we as humans, we not God.
Exactly.
He ain't gonna throw the towel in. He gonna keep on working. I don't care how bad the situation look or seem to you. It does not matter. You're not too far gone or too far off where God cannot pick you back up and remold you, reshape you with the clay.
And watch out when he do it, because you're going to come out much better than you were before it all went down. And you're going to be looking at that situation.
Diamonds have to undergo pressure in order to become diamonds. Sometimes life is going to put you in situations they cause you a lot of stress. You're put under a lot of pressure. After the pressure has been put on you, you come out way stronger. You know, it's the transformation.
Situation 5 years from now saying, I'm so happy that that happened in my life because it caused so much change and transformation to occur. And I just pray that you know, that's what happens to him
and to Elli.
And I also pray, you know, just for Elli, just that whatever hurt, harm has happened, that God would heal that area, and that, you know, again, that she would come out better than she was before, because God is the only one that can do it. You know what I mean? And so, like my wife was saying, is everybody in that situation, them two together, they lived it, they know the ins and outs, they have their stories, whether they want to reveal that information or not, that is something private to them, and that's something that they have to cope with, deal with, get over. Relationships are tough already, and so when you're dealing with a breakup, privately is hard, publicly it's even greater, even more difficult, just because, man, it ain't like you can go somewhere and hide, everybody know about your stuff. And you know what, there's always,
and then on top of that, like social media, bro. Like, when you're a content creator, you're an influencer, you have to be on social media. There's really no way around it, you know? So that's even harder. It's not like you can just be like, oh, I'm going to delete all my social media. You're not going to do that, bro. You know, like, because you have to make a living. You have to do certain things. You have to promote yourself, and all of that life continues to go on, like I said, man. So it's tough.
Someone at fault in a breakup, period. Yeah. People can say, "Oh, it was amicable, it's whatever. We grew apart, whatever." You know, all these.
It's always somebody.
All these things that people say, but in reality, it's always someone who is at fault in a relationship, and whether you choose to take accountability for that fault or whatever. Really, the relationship's over, so that part just, you know, you would love it, but if it don't happen, then it don't happen. But the point I'm trying to make is that you have to each individually heal and get through it, and like I said, move differently in the future.
Yeah, and I just to go back to say, I understand Elli's position as a female, because, you know, we're very emotional females. Sometimes we're very emotional, and like I was telling you guys,
especially Scorpio got intense emotion, and also they can be very vengeful when they're hurt.
Before, Dalvin does not really express his feelings like he should, you know, and I don't know if he gets, I don't know what it is he don't want to, how to I don't know what happens where a person cannot express their feelings, but the things that he said in the video probably rubbed her the wrong way, because she's like, wait, you know, and like I said, she knows what happened, and she's like, where's the accountability? Where's the way you saying, you know, I loved her, she was this, she was that, you know, all the nice things about her, because, you know, the things that he said, I don't know, probably just hurt her, you know.
Yeah, what he was saying, like, it seemed like he was insinuating, or he was implying that, look, she ain't perfect neither. You know, I was like, damn, no wonder she felt some type of way.
Because it's still fresh, y'all. This thing is still fresh. It just happened. And listen, and I'm not saying he's not hurt either. You know, some things, you know, he's probably hurt too. But I do know that whatever the situation, whatever caused all of this, they both know what caused it. And at this moment, they both need to heal, and they both need to, you know, just do things not in the public. You know what I'm saying? I think you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
I keep that shit on social media.
Yeah, I absolutely, that is the goal, but it's very, very difficult in this environment with any type of relationship that was public. You know, just because it is what it is. It's like this. You know, it's kind of like, I take it back to, you know, sort of a biblical principle. When something is done in private, it's always dealt with in private. When something is done in public, it must be dealt with in public. That's the thing about it, is you can't, when somebody comes out and says, and I'm just saying this, not related to the situation, but just in general, if something comes out in the public square and it's addressed, and there is some sort of someone at fault for it, then the apology or the accountability also must come out in the public square, because otherwise the people feel slighted, like, oh yeah, you said all that in private but not in public. And that is just a theme about public and private relationships. It just is what it is. Whether it's in business, like for example, I could do a business deal behind the scenes and nobody knows about it, and then when something happens and it blows up and the other person or party says something in the public square, that I must also come out in the public square. I can't just deal with it behind the scenes, because that statement is out there now. And has never been dealt with. You know what I'm saying? Has never been concluded. Has never heard the opposite side of it to, bring the full story out. And that's really what it is in any kind of relationship that's public. Is it's gotta have both sides comment and then decide to put it to bed and move on with their life. And it sounds like that has been done. Whether it's been,
I feel like a lot of the times, man, it's difficult to do that too, because you have one side and then you have the other side, and then you have people supporting this person and people supporting this person. And normally, like, the people will already have been moved on from the situation, and it's the fans and supporters who are still choosing to hate one person or the other person, so that's tricky too. It's just messy, man. If you can, keep your business private.
In the eyes of each of the individuals involved is really up to them. And it sounds like maybe that's not what the case was, but
you know what I was gonna say. It's a lot of relationships we have seen and witnessed on YouTube that had YouTube, couple channels and different things like that, and then they end up doing a big breakup. And every time, I think all of them go through the same thing: hurt, pain, and sometimes when you see
ridicule,
or you look at a video or see a text message or hear these hearsays, and you can take it the wrong way because you still hurt. You're still vulnerable at that moment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So things are being pushed at you in different areas. And I think sometimes people that does not do YouTube or on the outside looking in, they don't understand, well, why they acting like that? Why they so emotional? Because you got so much pushback. This person saying something, that person saying something, dog negativity. And so many people coming at you at once, and you like, okay, and then y'all say, well, y'all put it out there, and this and that. But yeah, sometimes.
You say y'all, you mean YouTubers, period.
Yeah, YouTubers put it out there. I understand that, but sometimes the things can be all off. You put
it out there, but and we know that when you put something out there, people are going to take it and run with it. We understand that as YouTubers, but at the same time, it's like, at least get all the details, the facts.
People are not going to get all the facts or the details, and that's the fact of the matter, and people are going to, just like celebrities or anybody else that you might talk about. You might see a show, you might watch Real Housewives of Atlanta, you might watch what's happening with baddies at ATL, and you talk your shit, you know what I'm saying? You talk your shit, you have your opinions about certain people, what they go through, what they share, on TV, and you might not know the full details of the situation, but people are going to talk because you're in the public eye. So that's not something that you can run away from, and that's not something that you can control. It's not something that you can control. So when you do become a content creator and you start sharing your life, or you're a public figure in some type of way, you just have to know that if I make this shit public, if I make this relationship public or whatever it is, I'm going to have to deal with some things that I may not have to deal with if I keep my shit on the down low and I keep my shit private, and even then sometimes things will come out and you'll have to deal with them at that point, but you have to know that it comes with the territory. I'm not saying that it's right, and I'm not saying that it's fair. I'm just saying that it is what it is.
But
it's just very much opinion. I'm gonna do this video as an opinion so that I can get views, and everybody does them, and they put their opinions out there and you get views.
Or assume that this is going on, and you be like,
it's a lot of assumptions because you're not in the relationship, and it just makes things worse. But you know what? Again, it's the world we live in. It's social media. It's not like that's gonna change. You put your stuff out there, people gonna say what they say, and whatever. You gotta have a strong hide.
Crocodile skin.
Yeah, exactly. Thick skin. So
to be able to handle
but we just pray for the best for both of them, and that if nothing else, that they get a chance to heal and to move forward and really take whatever has been sort of the lasting effect of that relationship slash breakup, and really internalize it, think it through, learn from the challenges that were faced or the issues that happened, and really change because of it and come out on the other side more emotionally intelligent, maybe more wise in how you foresee possible challenges in future relationships, and really take a moment to think about how did we get here? What did we? What kind of decisions could I have made differently?
Right.
What red flags did I not see? Just like you would do with any relationship that dies, you almost do sort of an emotional autopsy on it, like what happened here, so that you don't take that same baggage, that same hurt and pain into your next relationship.
I'm so glad that Nate pointed that out. That is so very key. It's so very important. People just say, oh, it's dead. They don't evaluate themselves or the relationship, and then they bring that fucking baggage to the next relationship for somebody else to deal with, and then that doesn't work. Okay, then they bring that baggage to the next relationship, and that doesn't work, and it's a whole fucking cycle, and you become 50 and single. You know what I'm saying? And not saying that there's anything wrong with being 50 and single, but let it be by choice, not by force. You know what I'm saying? You have to take a look at yourself. You have to take a look at what you have done, what you could have said, what actions you could have taken or not have taken to make that relationship more healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a part of growth in anything. If you would do it in business, why wouldn't you do it in relationships? It's no different.
And then cause those people to go through similar things. And so I pray that both of them, like I said, heal, get time to heal, get over it, and don't let any of this
set them back.
I guess instead of saying don't let any of this, I should really say let this that has happened change you for the future, but hopefully in a good way and not in a bad way. Don't carry it as baggage, but hold it as an accessory to life that has made you better. Just like she would wear one of her purses that makes her outfit look better. That's how we should have life lessons be. Learn something and have it
as a bag
make you better. You still carry it in a memory, and that memory makes you a better person. Because you never forget the things that happen to you, even though you can forgive. So,
oh yeah,
that's my 8 cents.
Yo, look,
that's my 8 cents.
That's your 8 cents. Anyways, okay, y'all. I just wanted to let y'all know. I thought it would be only right because it was just so much of reaching out, and
I'm glad they addressed it.
I did check on him, called him several times. Well, I called him, duoed him, and then I called him when I did, and I texted him. So I texted him a few times, and then he told me what he told me. So I just want y'all to know that he's okay. He's fine, and yeah, thought I just owe y'all that video because I'm sure he's not gonna get back on video and say anything.
Maybe for a while because he's gonna release those.
Oh yeah, he did say he's gonna release.
Yeah, he's got a couple saved videos, so he probably
won't be taking
a little bit of a break and
some stuff.
So that would be good for him. And yeah, so.
So yeah, that's the end of this video. Just thought I would tell you guys that, and yeah, we'll see y'all in another video. We love you.
Let me know how y'all feel in the comment section down below about this situation, man. Like I say all the time, it's not our situation, but of course, if it's out there, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. It is what it is. But let me know how y'all feel about the situation here, and all I can do is wish both of them the best going forward, and hope that they heal and find peace and happiness. Not only outside themselves, but most importantly inside of themselves, so they can attract the person who is supposed to be for them and who can love them and receive love from them. All right, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell to be notified when I upload on my channel DMV Lit videos to react to. Tell a friend, tell the angel mama, tell the uncle Joe we still a hard. We'll see you guys in the next motherfucking video. I love y'all, man. Peace. We out there.